Hello, I'm Scott Brazell, Vice President of Mason Martin Homes. For the next few minutes, we're going to take you for a tour to show you the benefits and the features that are standard throughout our home. It really will open your eyes to a lot of the features that are very important to your air quality, your energy savings, and just the environment in general. Just really, it's a better built home. We're standing here inside our STARS Air Ambulance Lottery home for 2011. A lot of the features in here are standard in all our homes. This home is under construction, I'll point out. So if you see a little mess in that, that's because we are under construction. First of all, we use a glue-lam beam throughout all our construction for our loads. Instead of a metal beam, this carries a load just as well as steel, yet you don't have the shrinkage expansion that you'd see out of steel. Okay, I'm going to take you over to our wall construction, typical for a built green home, typical with all our Mason Martin homes. We use a 2x6, normally a finger jointed stud. Lately the availability has been kind of minimal, but we do space them at 24 inches on center. Typical construction practice is 16 inches on center. Also, our electrical units, they're a sealed unit, which is works really well with your poly and your drywall. It makes a real tight seal. Typically, these are a really bad leak point for most homes. We're over here, we do have our windows, which are a really good feature for built green. They are a low E argon filled unit that are solar shielded. The solar shield part is really nice in the summer. It deflects the rays, which keeps your house cool in the summer. Wintertime, allowing those rays to come in and actually heat the house. That is, makes a real big difference. Actually keeps the house at a good temperature all year round. We do have our duct runs in that, which are sealed throughout the house, in the basement runs also. That is a built green feature. There is a lot of moisture and heat that can transfer through these joints, which is minimized through that taping. Over here we have our pot lights, which are also a sealed unit. That's typically a really bad spot for losing heat. Once again, these are approved by the Built Green Society, and those are standard for all our pot lights. Significant upgrade to what a normal pot light is, and the efficiencies for it. As you see at the top of the wall here, we have, it's called a heel height right off our truss, where it bears onto the wall. We use a 12-inch heel height. Typical standard practices is a 6-inch. The heel height is very significant since we do put in insulation in the attic. With a 6-inch heel height, it actually pinches that insulation down, which reduces your R value, which ultimately is heat loss. So that is a pretty big improvement with the building sciences, and ultimately with the Built Green, it works really well. We do use a barrier here called Typar. It's a great product for keeping the moisture out of the wall system. That is standard on all our homes. Also on our foundation, it's kind of hard for me to point out, but right here where we do have the grade line, we have a product we use called Watchdog. It's a waterproofing product instead of a damp proofing product. Ultimately it leaves you with a nice dry basement. Right here, as you can see, we have our bin. This is our recycling bin for all our construction. All the materials throughout our construction builds does end up in these bins, all our waste, where at that point we take it to a warehouse, and it's sorted, and then it's brought to the different areas for recycling. This is a great practice that we're very proud of, And due to the volume of homes that we do throughout the year, it really keeps it out of the landfill. This is our show home. You're going to see our mechanical. As you can see, our ductwork is all taped up and sealed. All the joints also are sealed up on all the duct runs, which is very important, especially when you're finishing out a basement. Obviously, you would have a ceiling in. Wherever you have those joints would be leaking heat, which is moisture that gets caught in these cavities of the ceiling, causing mold. So for air quality, which is very important, that's something that should be done in every home, which we do. Here we have our HRV system. What it does is it takes the air that's in your house, the stale air, the tainted air, collects the energy, the heat energy from it, stores it within this unit, brings in new fresh air, which would be cool, takes the energy from it, passes it into the new air, and circulates it throughout your house 3 times an hour, which if you have allergies or just want clean air, it's a really nice feature. It's not standard, but it is a reasonable upgrade. Over here we do have the on-demand system, which does run all the in-floor heating, all the domestic water. It's a very nice, instead of heating a hot water tank, this actually heats it as you need it. So if you think about it all night long and you're sleeping, you're not heating something that's not being used. Another feature that is standard in our homes are the high efficiency furnaces. They do obviously save you a lot on your energy cost. Since we do live in Alberta, prices of energy are never going down, so that does make a big difference. Okay, what I want to show you over here is we do have the silent floor system that is standard throughout our house. And as I've mentioned, we do have the Glulam beams, which do carry all the load. This is a stable product, it's an engineered product. The metal beam with heat and cold does expand, contract, causing cracking. This is standard throughout all our homes. What we have here also is finger jointed studs. These are a product that are put together with the wastes to create actually lengths that we can use during construction. This is just as strong or stronger than an actual piece of lumber. But instead of in the landfill, we actually use it for something that creates just as good or a better product. Okay, another feature I want to point out that's very important to anybody that's developing a basement. Our basements are 9-foot standard to the underside of our floor system. That's very important. When you have duct runs and beams, you still have a clear height of 8 feet. That gives you a much more livable area, much more inviting to come downstairs. It's lets in a lot more light and feels much more open. You actually feel like you're on an upper level instead of a basement. And that is, once again, standard throughout our homes. You can bear with me here, I'm trying to point to it. We have a rim board where the floor joists are butting into. That's an insulated product. This detail is very important. It's typically a very leaky spot with the traditional methods. This is the new product here. It's called an Emercor. This goes around the whole perimeter of your house on the exterior walls. Obviously it's insulated. This pretty much eliminates all the leaking that used to occur on those perimeter walls. Another really big thing that Bill Green is focused on, and that's low VOC products. That really what it means is off-gassing is very minimal. For quality air, that's obviously important. We have the laminates, the cupboards, the MDFs. They're very low VOC. The flooring products, the carpets, everything is at a minimal. We have our low flow toilet right here. We have the 2 buttons that for your selection. We do have our low flow of fixtures throughout the house, and that is very important. Also, I can show you right here. We do have our thermostats and our HRV controls That's all been balanced, and that's also very important for the installation and the ultimate comfort of your home. What I want to show here is not necessarily a Built Green feature, but it's something we're very, very proud of, and that's our finish. Our doors, our casings, and everything are all done off-site and brought back here to have a really clean product. Very important. That's standard throughout all our homes, from starter to the super high end. Thank you for joining us on our Built Green tour. And I hope this has answered a lot of questions that you might have on what the Built Green is all about. It is obviously something we're very passionate about, and hopefully you're excited as we are. And in going forward, this will help out our environment and create a better home for yourself and your family, which is very, very important to us and what we do and what we're all about.